the reality, the probability, the possibility that food stamps, SNAP benefits will not be going out in November is crashing down upon us. And I can't help but feel heartbroken about it. I'm not personally impacted. I am not on food stamps. But I can't help but think of a certain population of people that I know are stressed right now about the situation and how detrimental this will be to them. The Social Security Administration runs 2 insurance programs. The Social Security Disability Insurance, that is the program that you pay for through your payroll taxes and works as an insurance to protect loss of income from a disability. And supplemental security income, which is essentially a welfare for the disabled, designed for disabled children who have not been able to work, perhaps spouses that chose to stay home with the kids while their spouse worked, but now they're disabled and they're not in a position to be able to draw off the spouse, or those that were born with disabilities and just were never able to work enough or at all. Disability determinations, the time frame varies from state to state, but in some states, they can take up to a year. It used to take much less time. But as staffing shortages have wrecked both disability determination services, which are state-run agencies that make the disability determinations, and field offices and payment centers across the land, Social Security jobs. What used to take 4 months now takes 12 months. Someone can typically hold off an eviction or foreclosure for 3 to 4 months, but not 9 to 12. You're only allowed to work and earn so much money when filing for disability, or else it's declared that you're earning too much to qualify, that you are still earning substantial gainful activity numbers, and you're subsequently denied just because you are doing everything, pushing yourself as hard as you can to keep a roof over your head or a roof over the head of your children, your family. So what often happens to these people once they've filed, because they can't really work, not enough to earn enough to pay a rent and utilities, a cell phone, and put food on the table, is often they'll have to stay with family or friends while they wait for this disability determination that takes 3 times as long as it did 4 years ago. They have no money for shelter, but they'll get approved for food stamps. So they're having to essentially check their ego, accept free shelter from friends and family, but at least they have the means to feed themselves. And I know some of you watching this video are going to be like, actually, no, they don't. They're not feeding themselves. The American tax dollars is feeding them. I'm an American taxpayer. I'm good with it. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Often, they do have to use their food stamps to help supplement just the overall income of the house. And maybe that's not allowed. I don't know the rules or regulations of food stamps, but in essence, that looks like, I'll fund groceries for the household in exchange for you allowing me to sleep on your couch. That is a thing. Sometimes they're using their food stamps to pay for rides, to get to doctor's appointments. Sometimes they're using their food stamps just to fucking eat. Like, that's a reality for a very large population in the United States. These people have nothing. Their bodies are broken. Their homes are broken. Their hearts are broken. Their souls are broken. They have nothing to lose. I worry that some of these people will wind up lost by their own hands, lost to hunger, lost to the system even further, as they won't be able to stay where they're staying because the people they're staying with can't afford to feed them as well. And maybe they won't want to look at this person, this burden in their household. They wind up on the streets and then subsequently incarcerated, perhaps, because our system has failed so grossly that that's the only way that they could be fed and sheltered. But in exchange, now they're essentially prison labor in some cases. How do you even recover from that? We keep talking about how people need to do better. When you have no resources, no help, no hope, no pride, no dignity, no ego, no faith, how do you do better? You don't. You get lost and broken.